had a few bad fights and I had a few good fights. I fought Koetzee and Chaplin and Spinks, and then I had the bad fights against Tate and Mike Weaver.
The loss to Weaver was particularly bitter. Coetzee dominated the early rounds, pounded away at Weaver, but with little effect. Weaver shook off the South African's best blows and then fought him for a 10 count in the 13th round with a right hand. In retrospect, Coetzee realizes he squandered a rare opportunity.
Well, I fought the wrong fight. Mike Weaver was a better man that night. He gave me one terrible hiding.
Determined to earn another title shot, Coetzee has left his native South Africa for the United States, where he's training hard to face the better competition he expects to get stateside.
I can really count the heavyweights on my 3 fingers. There's a lot of fighting going on in the States, and I feel if I work with these big guys, it will really take the best out of me, bring out the best. I believe I'm still not being at my full potential as a boxer, because I never really had tough enough opposition to bring out the best in me. I really want to fight Mike Weaver or the champion, because I believe I can still win the title. If I can't win the title anymore, there's no need for me to do boxing anymore. So I really cross fingers that I can get my 3rd shot.
At 27 years of age, Coetzee says that if he defeats Stan Ward, he deserves a title shot within a year against Mike Weaver. However, if he loses to the unranked Californian, he says, I no longer belong in the ring.
Step number 1, fighting Stan Ward, and we're then hoping to fight the number 1. We put in a challenge to fight the number 1, and then to fight the champion, or if not, just keep busy with any opponent.
Let's go. And there's Harry Coetzee ready to go, coming out of his dressing room for his scheduled 10.
I think now he's back into the game, and tonight is really a turning point in his life.
Let's get the formal introductions now from Ed Darien in the ring. Thanks, Sly.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's scheduled for 10 rounds, and it's in the heavyweight division. The judges, Frank Brunette and John Stewart. The timekeeper, the bell, is Roy Johnson. Counting for the knockdown seconds, alternate referee Rudy Battle. In the ring at this time, the man in charge of the scheduled 10-round heavyweight bout, referee Vincent Rainoni. And now, boxing fans, introducing the principals. First, in the red corner, wearing the red trunks with the white trim, he is weighing in an even 231 pounds. This gentleman has a record of 15 wins, 4 losses, 2 draws, with 7 knockouts. From North Highlands, California, ladies and gentlemen, here is Stan Ward. Ward. And his opponent in the blue corner, wearing the blue trunks with the orange trim, he is weighing in at 221 1/4 pounds. This gentleman has a record of 27 wins, 3 losses. He is ranked 4th by the World Boxing Association. He is a native of Boksburg, South Africa, and now residing in Brigantine, New Jersey. Boxing fans, here is Gerrie Coetzee. Coetzee.
Vincent Rainoni brings both of these heavyweights to the center of the ring for their instructions. Stan Ward from North Highland, California, weighed in at 231. Harry Coetzee from South Africa weighed 221 1/4. Coetzee now living here in New Jersey. Coetzee with 27-3 with 16 knockouts. Ward 15-4-2 with 7 knockouts. Al, how do you analyze both of these heavyweights?
Well, as you look at Harry Coetzee there, this fight of paramount importance. He's facing a fighter in Stan Ward who is oh so hungry. Ward, as we mentioned, as we take a look at some of those records, you can see the difference in the KOs. Coetzee with more, the pro rounds, and a lot of those stats are quite even. So this figures to be, I think, a pick-em fight, really, despite the fact that Coetzee might be rated the favorite.
It's scheduled for 10 here in New Jersey. They'll score it on the round system. Coetzee off quickly with a couple of left-right combinations on the head of Ward. Ward taking, but comes back with the left hand. Coetzee rattles him with a right hand. And so the battle plan for Stan Ward was to get off quickly, but it was Coetzee who jumped on it.
There was the thunderous right hand of Harry Coetzee. That is the punch that rocked Leon Spinks. It's the punch that we wondered, is it still in his arsenal? He hasn't shown it to us lately. Stan Ward just felt it.
Very smart combination by Coetzee through a four-punch combination. And he drills Ward with a right to the body and a right to the head. What an opening. Coetzee with a lead right. He's doing everything he can against Stan Ward. Ward off to a bad start.
And Coetzee is kind of mocking Stan Ward. For Ward, the key was to get off aggressively. We've talked about that in this broadcast. He simply hasn't done it.
Coetzee in the blue trunks, carrying his hands low, and he has a very confident look on his face. He has drilled Ward here in the opening minute.
Now the question is, why did he let him off the hook? Why did Harry Coetzee go back and start mimicking Ward? I think he should have been on him and been aggressive. He had him hurt.
Halfway through the round, Ward has got to back up Coetzee.
And he's got to get inside, Sal. On the end of those jabs and that thunderous right hand, Stan Ward will have a problem all night.
The last time that Coetzee opened up quickly was probably the highlight of his career, and that was on June 24th, 1979, where he knocked down Leon Spinks 3 times in the first round at Monte Carlo.
And there we see Ward with some head movement, slipping those right hands by Coetzee.
Less than a minute to go. Another left-right combination by Coetzee in the blue.
Now here's where Ward is effective. Inside, going to the body, going to the head with the left hook. He needs to fight right there off Coetzee's chest.
South African off to a quick start. He said before the fight, Harry did, that I hope it's not one of those first-round knockouts. He said, I'd like to work maybe 5 or 6 rounds and impress the boxing fans in the United States. Well, then they hear a guy say, I just want to go out and win. He wants to impress people.
That may be why he backed off Stan Ward, and that could come back to haunt him later in this fight.
2 right hands by Coetzee. Ward goes against the ropes because of the force of the blow. And Stan Ward really lackluster here in the opening round, and he was whacked by that right hand.
The final right hand really stunned Ward, and they've got some work to do in that corner as Richie Giacchetti jumps in. And that man, Harry Coetzee, has got to be happy with that first round.
It's a little difficult to pick up that Africana accent.
I want a thumb to go inside.
More importantly, we just saw the right hand that sent Stan Ward halfway across the ring, delivered by Harry Coetzee. We can't understand them too well, but they've got to be pleased with that first round.
Well, he came out with that thunderous right. It's his trademark. It's the punch that has been dormant in a few of his recent fights, but my goodness, it's there again, and Stan Ward has felt it.
Round 2 scheduled for 10. Stan Ward in the red has got to get going here. He was slow out of the blocks. He took a pretty good whack from Coetzee in the last seconds of the previous round. Stayed on his feet. Coetzee has lost twice in title shots against John Tate and Mike Weaver. He's looking for a 3rd bid at the title, and he said that if he loses to Stan Ward, who's unranked, he'll quit the ring. That's how confident he is of winning this fight.
Now, part of the problem for Ward is he is straight up coming in. He's got to bend at the waist and give some head movement to Coetzee, or he'll eat that right hand all night.
Al, right now, the heavyweight division really isn't a sparkling one. Where do you place Coetzee?
Well, I think about 4th or 5th is an adequate rating for Coetzee. That's about where he should be in this heavyweight division. Good right hand by Dan Ward.
Of course, Coetzee would like another shot at Mike Weaver, and he says he dreams of fighting Larry Holmes.
That dream could turn into a nightmare, in my opinion, but nevertheless, he's got a right to want to fight a guy like Holmes.
Stan Ward now has settled down, trying to press the attack. At least he's not backing up as he was in the opening round. We're halfway through the second.
And you get the feeling that Coetzee is just waiting to drop that right hand again. We saw it in the Ronaldo Snipes fight when Coetzee was very patient, but dropped the right hand and knocked Snipes down twice in that fight.
Right hand by Coetzee, but Stan Ward came back with his own right hand. Coetzee light on his feet, likes to dance on his toes.
And when Stan Ward gets inside, it's very important for him to be busy. He's got the punch in there. Good right, and that stunned Ward.
It was right after Ward nailed Coetzee with the left hand, but Coetzee comes back with a barrage, and Vincent Rinoni stops the fight. That was pretty quick. That was pretty quick. Stan Ward may have been hurt, but I'm really surprised that Vincent Rinoni stopped it that quickly.
Well, Stan Ward was sitting on the ropes, and that may have been what prompted Rinoni to step in so quickly. But I'll tell you something. Stan Ward looked over here after the stoppage, and he did not appear to be protesting it. I think he was really hurt.
Let's listen into the corner. The doctor is Stan Ward had just nailed Coetzee with a left hook. Coetzee came back with a right hand, and there were no more punches from Stan Ward, but in my opinion, I didn't think he was through for the night.
Well, initially I didn't think so, but I wonder afterwards, the look on his face when the fight was stopped, if we get to that point on this tape, may show us that he was not feeling good. There's the look on his face. Now, I don't know. You know, it's tough to say, but Stan Ward was hurt seriously.
Let's take another angle of that. Now, when he sat on the rope strand, that's when Rinoni moved in. He probably was fearful that he was hurt and on the rope and couldn't defend himself. Let's look at it real close here. There's a heck of a right hand by Coetzee, a right to the body. Ward just covering up, not combative, and you see he sits on the rope strand and Rinoni moves in.
And I think
that's a dangerous position to be in for a fighter, of course.
Vincent Rinoni was worried that he would be hurt on those ropes.
Here's the official time from Ed Darien.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Vincent Rinoni stops this bout at 2 minutes and 10 seconds of the 7th round, and a winner by a TKO, Gerrie Coetzee.
Officially, 2:10 of the 2nd round. South Africa's Gerrie Coetzee, who says he wants to impress boxing fans here in the United States, has scored a 2nd round TKO at 2:10 over Stan Ward. Coetzee now 28-3 with his 17th knockout. Stan Ward 15-5 and